position, and I will tell you that Eddie Cheever has come into the pits where he is now with Martin Brundle.
There you see just how much Senna falls back on the straight. He's closed it up again under braking, but he's too far down behind to make a braking manoeuvre, and he really would like to get past Rosberg soon, because then he'll be able to nurse his brakes more. They know that they're in brake trouble, and they're not going to be able to get everything out of their brakes for the whole race. That is Brundle, I think.
Yes, Martin Brundle, and now Senna is just as close to Rosberg as he has ever been. Alboreto is still in touch in third position. Prost is still within sight, and easily so, of Alboreto. Prost in fourth place, the world champion. Gerhard Berger is fifth. Mark Schura is sixth. De Angelis is seventh. Torbay is eighth. Piquet is ninth. Boutsen is 10th. Warwick is 11th. Johansson is in 12th position. And Niki Lauda, the 1984 world champion, is only in 13th position. And Alan Jones is in 17th place. Into the pits comes Jacques Lafitte, the Frenchman, in the Ligier on his Pirelli tyres. He's obviously got a major problem, and it looks to me as though he's getting out. He's shaking his head sadly. As usual, they're changing the tyres. Off comes the left front, and Berger has got no rev counter. We know that. Gerhard Berger, who is in fifth place, has lost his rev counter. Eddie Cheever has engine problems. It's still Rosberg, Senna, Alboreto, Berger, Prost, and then Sura.
There's a turn up. Berger's got past Prost, but one of the things that must be heartening, particularly for the vast Italian community here in Australia, particularly in Melbourne, is that Ferrari are having one of their best races for quite a long time. Alboreto is keeping well in touch. He is falling back slightly to the two leaders, but by no means badly. And Ferrari have found a little bit of form here, which they really lost at the French Grand Prix this year halfway through the season. So it's a very heartening thing to see Ferrari doing so well here.
And it's equally heartening to see the way Gerhard Berger, the Austrian, in his arrows with the powerful BMW engine, is going. He's not only got past Alain Prost up to fourth position, but as you can see, he is right on the tail of Michele Alboreto, a double Grand Prix winner of 1985. The Austrian who drove in the touring car race here yesterday in a BMW and was unceremoniously bundled into the gravel and the concrete barriers, really knows this course now. He's having a lot of problems. The engine power on the BMW is so substantial that he's getting wheel spin. He's hitting the rev limiter, and in the warm-up this morning, he actually broke the plenum chamber. So terrific with the pressures. But he seems to have got it under control now. Prost is fighting back, and they're both coming up to, it looks like, Lafitte back in the race in the Ligier. Martin Brundle's problem was ignition. Martin Brundle, ignition. So Mansell is out, Brundle is out, Pierluigi Martini is out unless he's got restarted. Lafitte has been into the pits and rejoined the race, and now on lap 9 out of 82, it's still Keke Rosberg leading, with Senna about 3 car lengths behind him. Then there's about a 3-second gap. Alboreto third, Berger fourth, Prost fifth, Sura sixth, De Angelis seventh. Then there is another gap before the 8th man comes through. It's Piquet, and Torbay is taking him to take 8th position, and Boutsen is in 10th position. Fast, furious, and very hot. The turbo's running at some 1200 degrees, and Keke Rosberg making the most of the fact that the Honda concern in Japan have been working on these 1.5 litre 1500cc V6 turbocharged engines, not only to make them more powerful, but to improve their fuel efficiency and their longevity. And now Rosberg on this long straight eases away from Senna and maybe building a cushion.
Well, Senna's very aggressive tactics on the first lap, he now really has justified. It means that he's given it a lot of thought. He tried to jump Mansell, he succeeded in doing that, but he lost a bit of time, and that let Rosberg through, and he's now showing us why he did go that aggressive and take a risk, because he wanted to be in front, because he is being held up by Rosberg. When you're following another car, you're driving through the hole in the air it makes, and your wings don't work so well. These cars are very, and Senna seems to be slowing. Is he in trouble?
Well, at the present moment, Keke Rosberg leads. Senna is in second position. Brakes and everything else. It's a tough, hard circuit. Are beginning to show on the cars. As ever, the cool racemanship of Alain Prost is showing. The little Frenchman, the world champion, up into third place. Up into fourth place is Sura. I've been tipping Sura to do very well in this race. He's been getting better and better as he has mastered the power of the BMW and the handling of the Brabham, and it's a tricky combination to master. Nelson Piquet has been supremely good at it thus far, and now we have into the pits. Patrick Tambay has gone into the pits, and Tambay was well up, and it's a Ferrari there.
Yes, there seems to be tyre trouble. That's Alboretto's been in, Tombay's in for tyres, so they're hurting their tyres. Yes, Marianne, I quite agree with you. Sarah has gone very much better here than for a long time, but there is nothing like the threat of the sack to make people deliver, but unfortunately a racing driver should be able to go without the threat of the sack. He should still be giving it his best. So it does put a question mark over Sierra's mental approach. He's showing he's got the ability.
We've just had a flash from race control that Elio De Angelis is about to be shown the black flag. He's in fifth position. He's going to be shown the black flag, which will almost certainly mean disqualification for starting in the wrong grid position. Elio De Angelis was supposed to start 10th on the grid. I didn't physically check where he was. I took it for granted he would be in the right place. Apparently he wasn't, and he's going to be black flagged. And the last time that happened was at Silverstone, and a furious Elio De Angelis got out of his car after having had a heated conversation with Robert Langford of the RAC and stalked away from it and left it in the middle of the pit lane. Let's hope he doesn't do that this time. So we are on lap 14 out of 82. It's still kicking. There is De Angelis. Now let's watch and see what happens. Elio De Angelis should be seeing the black flag. I'm watching De Angelis go round with one eye on the monitor and the other, and this is difficult, watching the flag marshals at the start to see that black flag and the number 11 go out. So De Angelis coming up towards the end of the lap, and Alan Jones is storming for Australia. Alan is up into 9th position now. It looks as though the Beatrice and the Hart have really got it all together. But now De Angelis is on his way down to Decaturville Straight, and we'll see whether he comes in.
Tremendous stuff going on down the field a little bit from Alan Jones, because they were planning to run pretty low boost on their engine. There's Prost in third place and Sura hounding him. He's not even getting away from Mark Sura. He is at the moment some 14 seconds behind Keke Rosberg. We'll have a look to see if that gap is changing. There is Rosberg. Note that the Beatrice team decided to go for a finish today and run very conservative boost on the engine. So Jones, who we haven't yet had much of a look at, must be really throwing the car around. He looked very fired up this morning in the warm-up and was really being very competitive.
And there's the black flag to Elio De Angelis. He's just gone past. The black flag has gone out with his number 11, and he must now come into the pits on the next lap if he obeys orders. And if he doesn't, he's going to be in trouble. The discipline here in Australia is good. Rosberg leads, lap 15. And he's building up a cushion. There is Alan Jones, who is in 8th position now. The Australian, with all the psyching up of driving in front of your home crowd in your own country, is making the best of the improved handling of the Beatrice. The fact that the engine is going. He has regrettably had a lot of engine problems with the 4-cylinder Hart turbo in practice and was not in the best of humours about it before. But hopefully he won't be too unhappy now. And not only is Jones charging through the field, but the old veteran Niki Lauda in his last Grand Prix is doing the same thing. He is 7th. Lap 15. Rosberg leads. Senna 2nd. Prost 3rd. Sura 4th. De Angelis was 5th, but is now into the pits. So up to 5th position will come Piquet, which means both the Brabhams are in the top 6. Behind Keke, Niki Lauda, and then behind Niki Lauda is Alan Jones.